Journaling is powerful. It could even change your life. So we're told. In my life, I've journaled on and off. And by journaled, I mostly mean jolting myself awake in the middle of the night, typing away like a maniac into the Notes app on my iPhone. You would be surprised. These random, irregular journal entries have actually been pretty revealing, mostly in showing me how deeply weird my thoughts are, especially at 3 in the morning. And from this rather odd habit I have, I get why people rave about journaling, so I'm always eager to make it a more regular habit. And, as luck would have it, over a year ago I chanced upon a video by none other than YouTube's favorite productivity king, Ali Abdaal. It was about journaling and how you can change your life with it. Perfect. Except I tried his journaling method and I failed, miserably. Despite my best efforts, I just couldn't stick with it. So, journaling has officially not changed my life. Not yet, at least. But I think I figured out what my issue was. You see, I used to see journaling as a hammer, a powerful but singular tool. So I became obsessed with finding the one ultimate journaling method that I could stick to for life, believing it would help me hammer away at all my problems. Needless to say, that didn't work out for me. I got bored, lost motivation, and eventually gave up, each time starting the search for the perfect method all over again, and each time setting myself up for disappointment. So now I've started seeing journaling differently. Not as a hammer, but as a Swiss Army knife. Journaling actually is like having different tools in my pocket. Each way of journaling is just another tool I can pull out to tackle a specific challenge, depending on what I'm going through or what I need help with across the different seasons of my life. With this new approach, I'm actually excited to try different ways of journaling, just to see what works for me. No pressure to make it perfect or life-changing, just keeping it fun, fresh, and meaningful in my own way. So today, I'm going to show you 4 ways I'll be journaling on my iPad and share the reasons why. Some of these ways might not meet the traditional standards of journaling, aka writing down your thoughts and feelings, but I'm going to keep an open mind and I hope you will too. So, I have this friend, and she asked me the other day, "Sam, how are you?" And like clockwork, I replied, "Okay." My default response to basically everything, because I usually feel okay. At least, I think I do. But here's the thing. I was definitely feeling something that wasn't okay. Probably several things. And in that moment, even if I wanted to give an honest answer, I literally couldn't because I struggled to name what I was feeling, much less explain it. Which is kind of wild, right? We spend our whole lives feeling things, but when asked to put those feelings into words, we go, I'm okay. And that is why I'm trying mood journaling. So there's this app. Of course there's one. And it's called Fake. It's actually a coloring app, but they have this thing called the Coloring Journal. And lucky for us, it's available in the free version. Anyway, here's how it works. You pick your main mood for the day, then pick up to 3 emotions, and the app generates a color palette based on these emotions. And then you can choose a coloring page to color with the mood palette. You can even add a little note, so here's where I would want to reflect on why I might be feeling the way I'm feeling. For instance, if I'm feeling sad, I could write down what the possible causes are, like a lack of sleep, some kind of loss I've experienced, or hearing a piece of bad news. All in all, I think this is a pretty cool way to journal about your feelings because aside from helping to name and reflect on your emotions, the coloring portion can also help you to relieve some stressful feelings. You know what's been keeping me up at night lately, thinking till 3 a.m. in the morning, besides my insomnia? 2 letters, AI. It's here and it's everywhere, whether we like it or not. In a world of artificial intelligence, I've been starting to question more and more, what is it exactly that makes us uniquely human? And for me, creativity feels like the best answer. It's a way we, humans, express who we are in a way no machine ever could. Fingers crossed. So while productivity has been getting all the attention these years, I think creativity, the forgotten Tivity brother, will reemerge as the old but new human superpower. And that is why I'm starting a creativity journal. I'll be using GoodNotes for this, which is a note-taking app. You could use other apps, of course, depending on what you're familiar with. I'm using GoodNotes because, well, I've already paid for it. Okay, so let's create a notebook, and I'm going to call this my ugly journal because I want to strip away the pressure to be perfect. As we all know, perfectionism is a party pooper. Now, as you can see here, we start with a blank page, and I'm going to try and turn this blank page into something. I think for the very first entry in my ugly journal, I want to start by showing gratitude to the love of my life, bubble tea, or maybe you might call it boba. They are both extremely cute words. So these are the rules in ugly journaling. There are no rules. You can create anything you want with the tools you have. So write stuff, sketch stuff, doodle stuff, add images, add stickers, make collages, whatever. The journal is your oyster, where you're only limited by your imagination. First ugly journal entry completed. When I was younger, reading was my escape. I could spend hours lost in a good book. And as I grew older into a semi-functioning adult, I still read a lot. Mostly emails, self-help articles, people's expressions, terms and conditions. I still read a lot. It just hasn't been as fun. I miss the fun. And that is why I'm keeping a reading journal. I'm going to use my reading journal template with the GoodNotes app. I created this reading journal that has a fantasy vibe with a dragon theme, so if you're into that kind of kooky fun, you can check out the links in the description. Of course, you can use any reading journal template, or if you have the time, even make one yourself. Now, let me highlight 3 simple and helpful reading journal spreads that I think will add joy to my reading experience, and maybe yours too. The first is this bookshelf. I'll use this to track my reading progress. I hope to read maybe 20 to 25 books this year, so to use this, I'll just color each book spine once I've finished a book. I'm not going to stress myself out to hit 25 books, but I think it'll be super satisfying to watch as my shelf fills up, and that should be a nice little encouragement to read more. I think it's fun to also include challenges in your reading journal, so maybe something like a book bingo page where you have a set of different prompts, and this can help to inspire your next read, or maybe help you explore new genres, authors, and themes. And the third would be the book review page, where I'll read the book and write down my thoughts and feelings so I can connect more deeply with the story. And I think it's nice to do a little mood board. It helps to capture the vibe of the book in a way that maybe words can't. This way, I think I'll actually remember the books I read now. So, I'm taking a leap this year, and it feels scary as heck, like I'm starting from zero all over again. This video you're watching on this channel, which is part of this thing I dreamed up called Journal Juice, would be this leap of faith. Initially, this was just supposed to be a side hustle, a little project that could hopefully pay some bills. But along the way, it became clear to me that this was what I wanted to do as my main thing. Hopefully my only hustle.
Locked in.
I just wanted so badly to create a small business that was good for my soul, you know? To create journals and content to put a smile on someone's face, or at least make a bad day feel less crappy. Will I succeed? I don't know. But I do know that my overthinking, overcritical brain tends to get in the way. And I do know that having the right mindset is super important. So that is why I'm going to start writing encouraging letters to myself with this journal prompt that has only 2 words. Dear me. Here, I'll let you peep at my first entry. Dear me, I know you're scared, so be scared, but do the thing anyway. I know you second guess yourself constantly, which makes sense because everything feels new and uncertain. But remember, you've got skills now, and somehow you always figure things out. In the last year, you learned to design and build a product, and while it took way longer than expected, it's also because it reached a standard that you can be proud of. You learned to write, film, and edit videos. Not bad for someone who could barely work a camera her entire life. And then you went and built your own website because Etsy was being such a... You did all that. This despite the crippling self-doubt and limiting beliefs that would sneak in every now and then. So imagine what you could achieve if you actually fully believed in yourself. Just stay weird, keep it simple, and remember to be kind to yourself included. XOXO, me. Dear you, yeah, you. If you're going through a big life change or chasing a new dream like I am, then maybe you could try this out too. You could do this for anything, a new job, starting school, starting a business, or even just navigating life's challenges. Because I hope that when you look back on these letters to yourself, you'll see how far you've come, even on the days it doesn't feel like it. It's like having your own cheerleader, only it's you. Of course, you don't need an iPad for this. Any paper will do, except that one. And yeah, maybe this might not change your life, but I still believe your future self will thank you anyway. I'm willing to bet on that. Are you?